that hung Mr. Cook from the fucking ceiling by his neck. One of the same ones that were attempting to rape Shauna is how I seen it, because when I showed up, there's no blood around there. There's no dick out and sticking in or anything. But she was bleeding, probably because they hurt her embryos. I don't know. Hurt her fascia. Hurt her. They were strangling her pretty good. They could have gave her type 2 diabetes for all I fucking can remember. I don't really remember. But I remember that. Oh, yeah. And a lot of cops and police got fired because they didn't want to live up to the standard of cutting someone down from a fucking noose. No, they didn't want to cut people down from nooses. They just wanted them all to fucking die. And my standard is much fucking higher. So anyway, put him on one of those big exercise mats, those blue things. Pat his back here and there until the ambulance showed up. The ambulance was good, but the cops that were involved were not fucking good. Because they said they ignored to arrest the kids in time. That's what I said. But how is that every teacher's fucking fault? It's gotta be a good one in there. So anyway, say Mr. Cook's life is totally worth it. He managed to write his paper, and he had a paper written already that the police were ignoring. He did, as to what to do with these kids for fucking mauling Shauna and trying to rape her. And she was bleeding, but I don't know what she was bleeding from. Like bleeding out her fucking pants. So those RCMP are fired, and if you're neglectful after you make such a promise, you're in prison, a deep dark fucking cell, because you're trouble. I couldn't, I don't know how long he was there, hanging there. He was struggling for sure. But I didn't want to pat his back even. I thought it'd fucking break. And I'm pretty fucking smart. He taught me first aid in a class that he didn't get to pick the students. So I try not to be like, oh, you're so cool, man. I just let it go out naturally the way it was supposed to. Like, who actually did something about that? Because she was fucking backwards and all kinds of shit. Oh, yeah. The baby helped. Hers, Blakely. And I got in a zillion million fucking fights, including with the cops for like 6 years after high school. Well, they took a break and then they came and tried to fucking kill me like 4 years after high school. And yeah, that didn't go well for them. Like, why wouldn't you just try to save someone's life, whether it was suicide or not, or whether it was it's called en subpoena, when the guilt of ignoring things gets to them. Fuck, that pimple is huge. I woke up so stressed out. Well, I went to bed, I should say, after that. It was like 4 days at school. I slept in the med room, dealing with all this shit. With these fucking big retards. They're mentally ill and it's in their brain, so they got like tumors and stuff in their head. So, like, a big fucking retard, because, well, if you were raped first, wouldn't you be taken out of school? They were just doing it. That's how you know that they're mentally ill. They're just doing it. And then once it reaches the person that got raped and they're dying, you have to state as a doctor only a doctor, they're mentally ill, because nobody's supposed to be fucking you anyway, or touching your underwear or anything. So, anyway, that's mighty fucking disturbing. I'm glad she's okay. Shauna. Yeah. It must have been what I seen, where, like, they were just struggling to get her. And they didn't quite get her, but you got something wrong for sure, people. Well, they're dead now. They came up to the psych floor for their time and stay, and I was going home for the weekend. For a week or two, actually. And I just fucking lost it on them. I did. I did, because I fucking needed to somewhere in there, and then I went to court about it, and they're like, oh, you still remember? I was like, no, I took sedatives and lost my fucking mind. I sit here quite quietly for quite some time, every fucking morning. There just comes a time where it's like, you're not even human. You're not even human if you don't wake up, because, like, I don't have coffee, I don't, just vaping, and it takes a lot of vape to even be a high fucking dose to turn the fucking memory gland on. Probably the highest of doses. But I'm okay with myself, because it's really hard to breathe before I have coffee and a lot of vape when I first wake up. Like, my lungs, like, it's trying so hard. Why should I have shame? Ring around a rosy, pocket full of posies. Hush, 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 we all fall down. My back hurts so bad because my lungs. Partly because I don't like the bed all the time. And I'm trying to fix that. I'm trying to fucking make it the least amount of teenager immaturity as possible and young adult immaturity as possible. I'm trying to be mature as possible, but I don't like the memory foam on top of the fucking box spring. It just falls off. It's not a box spring fucking frame. And I don't know if I like that memory foam very much at all about anything. Just sitting on it. It's a good sitting mat. They're always collective around those lockers, and they're all butt fucking ugly. I knew all this shit was like something was gonna happen, or even worse. I've bled, not contracted anything in a fight. Yeah, this is all stress. Like my literal brain being like, can't we think of something fucking delightful? It was hard to lose my grandparents. And my uncle too. Oh my god. He was funny. I remember it's fucking I bought a water gun just so you can throw it in the fire. He was like, I really didn't mean to, it was in the leaves. I was like, oh. And I was like, thought of it, just bugging. He was like, okay, little one. I was like, I really wanted to be somebody, and all the energy's boiling up, and I was wondering if I'd come on a trip with you. He was like, in the CIA? Oh, yeah, sure. And, like, I was there, and, like, somehow I used this kind of, like, anatomical fucking excuse that when he got hurt and started developing cancer, and he protected me from the explosion, that he was he was alive for what he was because of me. And I was alive. I just have like bit of depression, I guess. Is like the only thing, but depression does affect the skin a little bit. Well, anyway, and he proved how it wasn't my fucking fault and taught it to me over and over again. Thanks, bud. I went through chemo and all that stuff, yeah. There's like just outside, like miles and miles out, is Camp Gastronaut. Yeah, right. My uncle died trying. I bought some water guns so you can come to the fire. He understood tone and the accident with my dad. I got hit in the head like 3 fucking times. When my dad lost tone hearing. It was like the viewing panel up in the NASA skyscraper. We're up in it. There was a riot, and my dad got punched in the ear and then gunpowder thrown in his ear. So he was tone deaf, and now he has hearing loss from various other things. Like, well, carpentry isn't safe either. You know, I wish I didn't have to work, but I knew I fucking had to. His dad kept saying the money's stolen. I don't know how to tell the kids that we're living off fucking like fuck all. And that they are hungry and I don't want to tell them why they have a tummy ache. I never wanted to do this kind of shit. But, you know, good thing I did. Because those cops were fucking evil. Trying to say it was suicide of Mr. Cook. No, those kids were cluster fucking around that fucking place. That set of lockers. Where the ceiling was just that foam brick shit. They shot Mr. Gita when he was a teacher in the fucking gut with a short-ended fucking arrow, and I got it out and fucking rampaged a class and killed a bunch of them. And then I kept having a nightmare when I woke up and got up really fast because, you know, I'll tell you why. Okay, so my dog was pesterous and he'd always lick my feet. So I'd get up really fast and go downstairs and he'd run with me and get all excited. I was trying to make him happy because he's a bit neurotic, right? Traumatized. And so I had this habit of getting out of bed like super fast. Well, that my mom was clobbering me in the fucking spine of my neck. And it was a reoccurring fucking like nightmare. And I never fell down the stairs, so it mustn't have been that fucking bad for me. I must have been able to decipher it on many levels that it wasn't fucking happening. And then one day I wake up to my second cousin at the door, and he's the same height as what I think my mom is every time there's a fucking nightmare. I'm like, he's like, oh, I heard you have nightmares. I'm like, heard you're the right size to fill the fucking orb. He's like, oh, that's kind of cool. Yep. You lick your feet. Lick your feet. No, are you gonna keep puppy fur forever? Booby fur. Booby fur. Puppy Fuzz. I love your hugs. I love you. You love me. We're all here in a little family. So he just massaged my spine and put it all in alignment. And they tried that with my spine, and what it is my type 1 is like at an awkward rate from being medicatable to the next medicine that it needs to be a little bit too much. So someone could kill me today and it wouldn't really matter. I might have to stop having nightmares. I might stop having nightmares. I know. I want to go through how your sister died, but today seems like a good day to not. Yes. I think it was a grizzly bear. I think so. Hurt her and then made her panic. Asked for too much attention. Sit behind a tractor all of a sudden. Yeah, I think so. I think so, bud. I think so, bud. Alright, toodles. Sipping on a fork. I was always attacked at school too, but in a way that they'd try to stick their finger up my, because I was always so skinny. I didn't have a baby yet, right? So like, I knew it'd be hard to lose the weight. I fucking love just stuffing my face, but there's like a little differentiation of your trapezoids back there when you're scrawny, and they stick their finger in it. I knew how to handle it, and it was the kids that thought that you could go without vegetables that always hated me. And I'm not even that big a fan of a lot of vegetables. Like green pepper, like it's better than an apple just because it doesn't make me cough. You know, like that's probably like, they're almost nasty to me, almost. So it was just, they're just gamically retarded. That's exactly what they are at that stage. Gamically retarded. And I knew my friends were going to be a huge target. We all did. I remember the conversation. And Courtney started going like manic. She was like so fucking upset all the time. Because she fucking seen it coming too. We used to have the kid rape kit on the fucking table, and Courtney's like, comes over, she's like, There's like all these tincture bottles of different things. Wow. Yeah. Just so, maybe there's a chance you're not mentally ill, or that you have a longer time to sue, instead of it all being lied about on your family's fucking shoulders. That's why. Everyone has their own. Most people weren't as sensitive to those fucking like horse pills and like the suppository horse pills. I was always sensitive to that shit. When I was in preschool for RCMP down at the old community hall here, they were mostly the good cops, but then this fucking This disgusting thing came out of the fucking woods and like laid on me, and it was gross, so I had to go home right away. Fucking ran. Not waiting for mom, caught her halfway. The teacher called. Like, just this disgusting homeless stench. I took the fucking rape kit. It was nothing. We played like hard in preschool. We're always the kids that like wanted to be like, hey, and like push you so you wobble. And they were all good kids in my preschool. I don't know who the fuck that cocksucker was. I still remember his face. If he ever gets out of prison, I hope he finds me. Like, neglecting that people were trying and that the RCMP weren't doing their part, so the papers had to be too long for timely fucking manners. Man, I love Shauna. And that's fine. Like, of course, you probably know even more because me and Colby are like best buds, besties or something. I hate that guy. He was too small to be RCMP anyway. Like, who was he? From the time Mr. Cook got hung by the students. Good thing hanging doesn't really work. It does. It breaks back. It does not. That's when I noticed that Mr. Cook, without his muscle, because it was all suffocated out, he had inside out fucking ribs. So, I inquired with Dr. Horlick, because he's basically one of my parents. Like, okay, so how many of them have to be inside out for you to do the operation? He's like, oh, sometimes all of them, depending on which ones. Can you count? And then Dr. Van Horlick showed up while Mr. Cook's like dying on a mat after the paramedics gave him fluids and all that stuff. I was like, I'll work. And because that's fucking evil. I had some that weren't quite going inside out. And they needed to be amputated. 3 of them down here. And excruciating. Not fun. Maybe that's why my voice is so deep. From a military accident where they're punishing me for joining the military when my dad's Elon Musk. You were just planning something without us being there to, like, I spy with our little eye. Yeah. Ugh. My auntie, hers all had to be inside out. So I bought her like these perfect, like, what are those bands called again? The restriction bands? And bought her the exercises from somebody. I didn't think of those ones. They're thought of before I even entered the gym to go to university a little bit further. Because you know I was going to school. It's just you gotta put practicality to the thing that you want to fucking do. That's why I catch that. You think I fucking hate you, Logan? No, your PTSD drives me PTSD. Like, you're worried sick about Colleen. I'm gonna start PTSDing. I'm sorry. I can't help it either. You're worried about her. I'm worried about her too then. So therefore, I can't hear you very well either. No matter how fucking loud you fucking talk, it's not gonna, like, you don't fucking send off the hidden cameras, like. But yeah. Like, it worries me sick, and then I start thinking about everything that she went through. She ended up in prison as an unknown person. Beaten. Swollen. That's her. That's why she looks like a different girl all the time. She became amorphous from whatever happened to her. Which was, we were hanging out at Sylvia's. Like, this is a long time ago. Hanging out at Sylvia's. That's why she looks better than me right now. Because she had time to recoup. Well, anyway, so, and these fake marked vehicles. But the little guy was the actual RCMP that was causing all this shit. He was hiring human traffickers. Fucked. But we thought she escaped. We really did. But I said, Sylvia, can you, like, write a paper? Because what if she didn't make it? And she's the type that she won't call because she'll think everything's fine. Fucking wakeboarding one, like, late summer day. Yeah. Everything you love shall perish in the winds of despair. Like, what? And, like, what were they thinking? The money was... Like, the RCMP found the money and then stole the money, and we caught it on a GPSI. So, like, I hate some of them. I don't know who I hate, though. I don't want to hate everyone. I don't even want to say I hate one. I'm like, I'm not very accurate. I start flipping like, fuck you, Mark Miller, you steez bag. And I'm like, sorry, I didn't actually mean that. It's because he's the incorporate out there. I'm an incorporate too. But he's the incorporate out there. And they tell you, like, the state of somebody. And it causes a lot of shell shock, which is where you can't hold your face, like, sometimes when you're like, well, when you're out in the fucking Middle East and you get shell shock and the shell shock is building, you can't hold your face in a fucking manner that makes sense for what you're trying to express, and it's like this big fucking puzzle to figure everybody out, and it's loud, and like, he scared shit out of me again. Wasn't too bad. But I do, while we're so close, I would fucking flip on him, and I don't want to get in a fucking fight with some fucking KKK, fucking dick inside out, whatever, little fucking prick. I'll take my whiskey, please. My coffee black and the you're way too sweet for me. Say you're way too sweet for me. Oh, Foxy. I guess you can have a treat seeing as you're being so fucking adorable, keeper. There you go. Dracaroni. Why is it Tundra out there by her fucking self? I want chinchillas. I think it helped bridge that fucking problem. They're so cute. Like, what even are they? The chinchilla. The chinchilla. The rats are going through a weird breeding pattern or something. I do like rats. Well, I'm gonna pause the video, which you can. Let my fucking dog in. So they're all, what the fuck? She's so fucking old. Keeper's about the same fucking age, but that's why she's sleeping inside. I don't know how this happened, but it did. Drax on the couch.